there is no amount of media war the government will launch to stop willing Nigerians from saving their country. You know, before these things happen, before protests happens, before agitations, before demonstrations come to life, the people would have given the hints. They would have shouted. Most times they would talk and talk and talk. It would be like these people don't see, like they don't hear. How would we have known that these people hear until Ndume casted them? You know, they say actually want to know if somebody is deaf. Curse that person. That is the kind of government we have. They live like they don't hear the people. They are in disconnect. They don't know what is happening in the country. But once you say something that affects them personally, they rise up. It took Ndume to say that TINUBU is surrounded by people who do not know their jobs for them to rise up to suspend him. And then it's taking Nigerian youths to say we are hitting the streets before the government rises up. And in rising up, what they could do is to launch threats. Look at that, their list that they are flooding all over the internet to see whether there is sense in it. These are the kind of people we have in government. Why wouldn't they be called kakistocrats? Clueless people that take Nigerians for granted and think that we are all fools like them. They are also gagging the media. Look at this.
I want you to, perhaps disown these handles that have been mentioned and say confidently that if investigations were conducted, they would not be found to have any links with the Obidati organization or Mr. Peter Obi, who is your boss. These handles mentioned by Mr. Bayo Nonuga, the PTM, Peter Obi's first son, FS Yusuf, Babatunde Gbadamosi, who has sympathies with the Labour Party.
No, I can tell you authoritatively, those are individuals. Yes, they were part of the campaign as individuals during the campaign, and I've already told you that. But as it is now, they are ordinary, they were not in the campaign. So you cannot associate them with that.
When you listen to these people talk, you will see that they are afraid. They are afraid of the government. Because recently we also had rumors of Shehu Okimbaloye's sack. Channels cannot mandate Obi to disown anybody. Obi does not own anybody. Most of the people that are supporting him, most of the people that are like his leadership style, he doesn't even know them. So these people, media people, out of fear and gagging of the government, coming to tell him to disown anybody is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Thank God, Tanko did not come out to own that's rubbish they want to put on him. Because if he had done that, it would have validated any claims they are making concerning the innocent man. That's people in the north and everybody that dislikes and is feeling the heat in the country, dislikes the method of governance, is rising up to demand that they do the right thing, and Obi and his people have been asked to whose behalf, for their personal opinion, their convictions, things they know that they should be doing. Are you guys doing this because of sharing of channels? You people, the media, have a role to play. You don't have to play into the hands of people who want you to aid them in their mismanagement of their country.
Mr. President, Senator Bola Tinubu, it is to you tonight that I bring the burden and plight of our people too. I trust this message finds you in good health and high spirits as you continue to navigate the intricate responsibilities that come with the esteemed position you hold. It is with a heavy heart and deep concern that I pass this message on the current state of our beloved nation, Nigeria. In a time when the heartbeat of our nation is racing with fear and the very fabric of our society is tearing at the seams, we stand at a crossroads. President Tinubu, the nation calls for your undivided attention as we embark on a private visit to France. Our beloved Nigeria is grappling with unprecedented challenges that demand urgent and decisive action. Kidnapping and abductions are the order of the day. From Lagos to Kaduna, Taraba, and violent and criminal activities have pervaded our land. Even in the heart of our nation's capital, the audacity of kidnappers has become a sinister reality, striking fear into the heart of our people. Our citizens are living in constant fear, unsure of their safety and the safety of their loved ones. This is not the Nigeria we dream of, not the renewed hope that was promised. We applaud the gallantry of our security operatives, but indeed, more work still needs to be done to keep the people safe. Efforts are being made, but it appears they are not far enough. What has become the strategies of state policing and community policing that's been talked about several years, and the huge white papers and advisory notes on how to tackle insecurity in Nigeria, where are they? President Tinubu, as a pro-democracy agitator, isn't it the right time to restructure Nigeria for it to work properly? Is the Nigeria you and your friends fought for, is it the Nigeria that you're talking about? The removal of subsidies has unleashed a tidal wave of economic downturn, leaving families struggling to make ends meet. Prices of commodities have gone through the roof. The biting effects have felt across the nation, and the loss of confidence in the government is palpable. This is not a time for complacency. It is a time for bold, unwavering leadership. Mr. President, I think it is about time to get the nation's eggheads in one room and find a lasting cure to our ailing economy. As you stand on foreign soil, Mr. President, remember the weight of your responsibility to the Nigerian people. Our citizens, including those who voted for you, are losing faith in the government. The implications of the loss of confidence are far-reaching. And as a leader, you cannot afford to look away. Investors are fleeing the nation like never before. economic potential of Nigeria is being squandered, and the consequences will be felt for generations. We urge you, Mr. President, to take immediate measures to create an environment that attracts and retains investment. The clock is ticking, and our economic future is at stake. Mr. President, the time to act is now. Swift and decisive measures are needed to curb the escalating insecurity, alleviate the economic burden on citizens, and restore the confidence in the government. This is not only a call to fulfill campaign promises, but a plea for the preservation of our great nation. Mr. President, our regional leadership is hanging in the balance. Some members of ECOWAS are signaling exit, and Nigeria's influence is under threat. It is time to reassert your leadership, strengthen diplomatic ties, and secure our place in the Committee of Nations. As journalists, we will not shy away from probing, inspiring, and holding leaders accountable. President TINUBU, live up to the expectations of your calling and the mandate upon which your office stands. The Nigerian people deserve more. They deserve a leader who acts with urgency, integrity, and unwavering commitment to the well-being of our great nation. The challenges may be daunting, but if you are resolute and carry the people along, we can all together overcome. The giant of Africa must now rise and take his rightful place in the Committee of Nations and harness his potentials for the Nigerian people to smile again. God bless this Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Don't know that the lives of Nigerians are on them. They have gotten the powers to navigate it the way they can. The media is very pivotal in navigating Nigeria towards greatness and achieving its great potentials. They should not be gagged. You guys should not be gagged into doing the biddings of the government. Forget about the monthly salaries they give you to keep you down forever. If Nigeria works, you won't. Most of you would have been better. All would be better. So it's not in the hands of Peter Obi to encourage or discourage people from protesting. That's I was wondering what this journalists were thinking to say he should have, or to own or disown people on the internet that are doing their own personal thing and following their personal convictions. Then Obi should come and take responsibility for them so that tomorrow you will say he did. It also simply means that they should go and arrest TINUBU first for destabilizing Jonathan's government, for protesting. The same thing he did until he comes out and tells Nigerians that I did the wrong thing in my time. I apologize to the country. I apologize to the Jonathan administration. I apologize to the country. Then all of us will not back down. The protesters will not back down. TINUBU should first come and render an apology. TINUBU should first come and disown whatever he did in 2015 against the Jonathan administration. Until then, he has no right or moral standing to tell Nigerians not to protest or demand accountability from a government that is daft. He has no right to tell the people who are planning to protest to stand down. Thank God Tanko did not toe that path they were pushing him to toe. The media should not pander to the shenanigans of people who have captured the country and are running it aground. So state-sponsored tyranny. These African leaders hear what they want to hear. If anybody sees this man, Museveni of Uganda or whatever, tell him.
My question is, what right then do you have to seek to generate chaotic behavior? What right do you have? We are busy producing wealth. You are getting cheap food. Other people in the other parts of the world are starving. They are crying for hunger. And you here, you want to disturb us. You are playing with fire because we cannot allow you to disturb us. And it's very unfair of you. You don't ask yourself, these people who are doing all this, who don't sleep, who work all the time so that I get cheap food, I get easy things. What will they say if I try to disturb them? You must. Now, when you hear people talking of demonstrations, what? Demonstrate, when you demonstrate in a place like Kampala, people are sitting on the roadside. They're sitting on the roadside. When I pass by bikes there, they have got their chairs on the roadside. Are you going to step in people's products or trample their chairs, their furniture? You are playing. Do not have such ideas in your head.
That they can no longer threaten Africans. No African leader will anymore threaten Africans. That dynasty he created in his country, he's still causing there because the people have not remembered him. The day they remember him, he will pee on himself and he will not even see the mouth to talk. He will be calling on his foreign friends to come and save him. Instead of forming forums to engage the people meaningfully and in humility, they are busy threatening people up and down and launching media war. We trusted channels to be an unbiased station that will bring discussions, topics, issues to logical conclusions, giving everybody the platform and freedom to own their views and not to be gagged by government. The news reaching me now is that Shehu Okinbale is online and he has debunked the fact of the rumors of being sacked. I was trying to confirm if that was true until a few moments before now.
There were stories making the rounds that I was sacked from my employment here at Channels Television. Are you ready for the truth, Nigerians? Well, that was not true, and it is far from the truth. Was I sacked? Absolutely no. Dear viewers and audience of our beloved Politics Today and Sunday Politics and Channels Television, viewers, wherever you may be tonight, I'm deeply touched by your concern and kind words during my absence from the screen for several weeks, which sounds unusual to some of you. Your unwavering belief in the Nigerian dream and resilience in the face of challenges inspire me every day. I want to assure you that Channels Television as a media organization operates with the highest standards of fairness and integrity. As much as I know in the last 12 years or so that I've joined Channels Television, this network has shown me that decisions regarding staff are made with great care, and issues like sacking or dismissal are rare and only taken in extreme situations. Please be rest assured that my absence was not due to any form of dismissal, but rather a period of necessary personal, family reflection and growth.
If they have sacked you for bringing to the government the wish of the people, we would have shown them the powers of the people. We would have shown channels the powers of the people. We will boycott them, even though we will listen to their news, but we'll begin to unsubscribe. Many of us are subscribed to their channel, and that is why they are in business. We will begin to unsubscribe from their services and relegate them to a government news agency that says what the government wants. No government can outweigh the voices of the people, outweigh the position. So you better always stand with the people. There has to be honest conversations. Any channel in the country that panders to the shenanigans of politicians and corrupt public officials, when you get to their comfort zones, they rise up. They guard the media. They pay influencers to package them nicely. Let's see some of their media wars. TINUBU has reduced number of taxes from 52 to 10. What does that mean? Rice subsidy, 20,000 bags of rice for each 36 states. 64 trailers of fertilizer, so each state to boost agriculture by TINUBU. Economic Sustainability Plan, ESP. 3 trillion Economic Stabilization Fund. 40 trillion Infrastructure Fund for key national projects. These people are so ridiculous. If I'm a teacher and I ask a government, if I'm an examiner and I ask a government, what are you doing to improve the lives of your people? And you read out these things without any empirical evidence, making blanket statements like this one, I'm going to give you a big zero with big eye, mouth, and ears. Because they think that these are still the days Nigerians are not knowledgeable enough that they can just come and bobo us. They bobo you and you just say government is working, government is working. Where are the empirical evidences to show that these things are working? You give states 20,000 bags of rice. Even the small retailer in Ojo-Elegba market has this number of bags of rice in his shop and can sell it off in a day. That is what they are giving a whole state and be bragging that government is working. Government is working. They now say consumer credit scheme. What does that mean? Make it known. They also say 200 billion support for small and medium scale businesses. They say 40 trillion infrastructure fund for key national projects. What are those projects? What are those projects? List there. What are key national projects in Nigeria? Those days we used to have the Kaduna Gold. We used to have the Ankara market in Kaduna. We used to have Abba people mass producing things. We used to have Enugu doing things. We used to have some states in the West doing things. We used to have the cocoa market. We used to have a lot of things. What are the key national projects you have? Your moribund refinery. These people make us feel that once they enter government, they enter a secret room where they don't feel what Nigerians feel, nor see what the people see, nor hear what the people hear. So it is only when you tell them wrong things or harsh things that they now come out and make you know that they are hearing. So this government by proxy, where it is the capistocrats or whatever around him that is running the government, has to stop. The government should be speaking to the people. We demand that TINUBU will engage the people one-on-one and not be sending spokespeople to be gaslighting Nigerians and be insulting them. Another government by proxy. The same way they kept telling us that it is the people that surrounded Buhari that never wanted him to hear the truth or see the truth. As if he doesn't have eyes. A man who has taken the first position in the country doesn't know what is happening in his country, doesn't know the job he took. It's the people that surrounded him that do not allow him see the things happening in the country. Like in Ndume. This is the time for this president to come out and engage with Nigerians. After all, Ruto of Kenya is doing that now. Earlier he felt larger than life, but now he had to answer to the people. The same way TINUBU is expected to come and speak to Nigerians and come and tell them his plans and give us the statistics of how he's trying to achieve those things and stop giving us blanket statements through aids. Stop giving us blanket statements through aides and people who speak to what is happening in your government and are not really the officials we voted. All these blanket statements of things you people have read that the government is doing. Give us the modality. Come and break it down to us. Give us timelines when we want to see these things materialize. Give us means by which you want to measure them and monitor it. Give us empirical facts and not blanket statements. We are not children. We are not fools. We are countrymen who want to know how our country is run. We cannot always pamper these people like big masquerades that should not touch the ground. When they want to talk about Mr. President and his activities, they will say, Mr. President listens, we know him, he is a very good man, he is this, he is that one, it is only the people around him. What nonsense, what kind of rubbish is all that? Is he a baby? Did we elect an incapacitated baby president? Yes, and we have gotten the information that he has given the governors ultimatums not to allow things to happen in their states. Mr. President has no rights to order governors to hit down their people, to order governors to attack their people or to hinder the people from doing their civic responsibility. We are stakeholders in government. The people is an integral part of government. State governors, your own matter and small matter. If TINUBU is telling you to rise against your people and report back to him, like if anything happens in your state, you have me to contend with, then we will tell you that you governors, you have the people to contend with. You are a small matter compared with when it comes to handling the issues bordering with the shenanigans of government officials. So you are a government, a power of your own. TINUBU has no right to order you and say if anything happens in your state. That is where it will get worse. Those ultimatums is giving state governors to ensure that nothing happens in their state, the same way he did during ENSAS to tell Lagos state government to hold the people down, and all the rubbish they did to cover up their crime in that season will no longer happen again. If TINUBU is the one that elected the governors, let him continue. But if it is the people that the governors are there for, he will not succeed. So no governor has the right to hinder the people from making their voices heard. The people have to be heard. President TINUBU does not own any governor or any states. It is the people that own those states. They decide what happens. So let him deploy all his arsenal. That is where he will now be hitting up, where he will now cause trouble in the country. And if anything happens to any person, this is the caveat we are putting on this protest. This is the caveat the people are putting on the protest, that they are going to be as peaceful as, but mounting pressure on the government to do their biddings. The things they have listed for you to look into. To overhaul this government, because I don't think you can be able to do those things without really overhauling this government, starting with your constitution. So you people, it's a situation of stand down. Whatever you are doing, stand down. Whatever you are doing, and begin to create new modalities to be able to run a working country. So until you people fulfill those demands that they are going to be presenting to you and putting pressure on you, you have no right to tell them to shut up. And that's the only thing they'll be doing, putting pressure on you and not carrying arms. But if you as much as shoot a protester, oh my God, that is where it will get nasty. That is where it will get nasty, because it's only a tree that they will push and it will stand and be looking at who wants to harm him or harm it. Do not make a bad situation worse. Do not tell the party people always to, because it's a matter of life and death. Many Nigerian youths are going to become heroes. You know why I say so? When they threaten people with arrests during protest, we want to protest. When the people, especially the youths, want to demand accountability, when they want to hold government responsible for the well-being of the society, when they want to know how they are being governed, when they want to reject things that are not adding up to the country's well-being, they are being threatened with arrests. The police will come out and make statements. Even these days, the EFCC has joined to threaten Nigerians. They have become the official powers that make statements to tell Nigerians not to protest. Government will put up dispositions and attitudes that will put fear in the lives of the people, the fear-mongering, the intimidations, the gaslighting, and everything they put up, and the people will retreat. The people will be dying in silence. But these days, the people are saying no, and especially since after the ENSAS, and we are saying not anymore. Not anymore will the government intimidation persist. Not anymore. What you don't resist becomes a normalcy. We will never accept it. And you know why I said many Nigerian youths are going to become heroes? Because they are actually going to arrest some of us. Because I started getting the news that even the guy who is printing the t-shirt, I don't know how true it is, one of the persons, the guy printing the t-shirt, has been arrested. And because they think that we fear arrests, they use it as a weapon. Now nobody is fearing arrest, and anybody you arrest will become a hero. We will celebrate that person. You will give us popularity. Anybody arrested by this administration will become a hero. So many youths are going to be made heroes. And you know, because people are afraid of dying, nobody is going to die. If they as much as kill anybody this time around, they go no say they know they share life. They can't create life and they cannot destroy anyone. We will never allow any life that goes into this protest, courtesy of the government, not by any natural cause. We will hold them accountable. TINUBU and his people were dragged during the NSAS 2020. They weren't dragged enough. This time around, we are bracing up for you people. Don't be afraid of arrest. You know why people fear arrest? They will say, I will not be able to go to work. I will not be able. This time there's hunger in the land. And if they arrest you, they will be feeding us. At least they will take off some burden from us, some expenses. We'll be cooling off. Pending when they will release us based on the arguments we make with our legal teams and all that. So, nobody is afraid of their arrest. What we are demanding is accountability. What Nigerians are asking for is an overhaul of what has kept us backwards. If you do something over and over and get the same result, you're expected to review what you do. You're expected to make necessary changes. You're expected to chart a new course. And that is what the Nigerian youths are asking for. Do not be afraid of arrest. They're not going to kill anybody. And like I said, if they do, they give us the leeway to defend ourselves, to do what anybody can do to defend himself. So don't be afraid of arrest. We are not afraid of any arrest. Nigerian youths will become, many of the Nigerian youths will become heroes in recent times. After all, TINUBU is priding himself as somebody who has been in the trenches in the fight for democracy. The Nigerian youths are going to be making a list of people who will still be bragging to have been in the trenches to make Nigeria work, and it's going to work in our own time, in a very short time. It won't be business as usual. We will give them fire, we'll give them, the seat will no longer be suitable for them, will no longer be okay for them to sit on our oppressed Nigerians. And because you say, my work, my family, what will I eat, what will this, all those worries, they will take it off your shoulder. And because you say it, no wonder they weaponize poverty. No wonder. Because people will be busy struggling to make ends meet, and they will not look their way. This time, we are less busy. After all, there is no job in the country. We are sitting tight and watching you people. There is no work that we are doing. Our work now is to shine our lights properly on the government and tell them that all the things they have been doing will never be condoned again. All the things they are doing is no longer acceptable. Let's overhaul. Let's rejig. Let's do everything that is necessary to get Nigeria working. It is doable. They will go after those ones that they feel they can handle. And we will put our force together to support our countrymen who are putting themselves in the line to demand accountability from this government.